Hi there, I'm Gayle from Bernina of Naperville, and today I want to show you how you can transform a very stylish Bernina of Naperville mug into a pincushion. That, by the way, doesn't need to be permanent. You can pop this little bugger out and pour your wine in there with no problem. So we're just going to need some basic supplies. We have velvet, we have batting, we have some metallic thread and special needles and some other surprises. So join me and let's get started. I'm sitting here with one of my favorite new toys, the Bernina Q20. This is the sit-down version. It's the Q20 because it's 20 inches behind the needle. This is also in the koala cabinet. Now, I don't have the expanders in it, but you can see they're just beyond us in the horizon, and that will actually make this table almost twice the width that you see here. So I wanted to show you that I'm using that. I'm also using these really nice Bernina gripper rings because this velvet is kind of hard for me to hold on to, so I'm going to use this to do my stippling. I also have another special treat for you. I'm using Yenmet metallic thread in silver, and I just think that this thread is going to give this velvet some extra sparkle for our sweet pincushion that we're going to be making. So it's very easy what we're doing. We are just making a little insert for our mug here, and we're just going to do 2 circles, but we first need to do our stipple quilting on that. Another thing that I want to show you, so I'm using the Yenmet metallic thread, I've threaded the machine with it, and I also have bottom line in the bottom, and all I did was set my tensioner, this little guy, to 220 for that bottom line thread. Now I did have to adjust my upper tension on my Q20, and I adjusted it to 1.75. And if you don't know how to adjust the tension on your Q20, come close. Changing the tension is easy. You just touch the tension. It's the top left-hand corner of the screen. So initially, the tension was set at 4, but I know from using this machine that that's way too tight for the metallic thread. So I move it to 1.75, and this seems to be perfect for this particular Yenmet thread. Let's also take a moment to look at this fuzzy, awesome material that I'm going to make my pincushion out of. This is blue velvet. Oh, she wore blue velvet. I could sing, but I don't have any accompaniment. So I've got some blue velvet, scrap batting, and I am just going to go to town with stippling with my metallic thread. And my circle that I'm going to be making is definitely would fit in this area, so I'm just going to stipple my heart out while I sing silently to myself. When I get started, I always want to put my needle down, and see how the foot went down when I put my needle down? And now I'm bringing my needle up, and that's so I can pull up my bobbin thread. All right, so now I'm just going to stipple. Now you might be asking yourself, Gayle, what is making those stitches so even? Well, look at this. Is this Bernina stitch regulator that's down there, and there's another Bernina stitch regulator on this side. Come on, get closer. So there and there. So when I press my foot control, those Bernina stitch regulator pieces are engaged, and then that is going to keep my stitches nice and even. Now I have a stitch length of 10 stitches per inch, and I think that's the perfect amount to really see my little sparkle shine through the velvet. Now, of course, there are other designs I could be doing. I could be doing some feathers. I could be doing micro stippling. There's a lot of stuff I could be doing. But really, my motive is just to show you something easy that you can try at home so that you can try new things. Try stippling on velvet. Try using a metallic thread. Oh, I don't think I mentioned what kind of needles I'm using. So I am using Schmetz Chrome professional grade. That means they last a little bit longer. And these are a size 90 quilting needle, and they seem to be doing the trick with this particular material. And remember, you start where you end where you started, just like that. So now I'm going to use my heel to take my needle out. I'm going to trim my threads, and now I'm going to show you ruler work. So I'm using a set of rulers. Look at these connecting circles. We could have a lot of fun with that. Could make a mobile. But I'm using this size, this 3.5 size that's in here, and this is what I'm going to use for the ruler work. So you probably noticed that I was using foot number 96. 96 is used for ruler work because I can line up this acrylic right to the edge of that thick foot. However, when I use these rulers, I need a little something to stick, especially on the slippery side of this velvet. So I'm going to use my Nifty Notions fabric gripper dots that I can just put on the back side of my ruler. Now that I'm ready to get started, I'm going to use the heel tap feature to put my needle down and bring my needle up again. And pulled up the bobbin thread. Yeah, I'm lazy. I'm stitching this together with the metallic and the bottom line thread. I challenge any of you to really notice this. Okay, so I've got my grippy stuff on my ruler. I've centered it down on the stipple stitch that I just created, and now I'm gonna closely hold this and guide my machine around the circle. Move fingers before needle is in the way. Oop, I got off the line a little bit. Forgive me. Here we go. Okay, now we're gonna stop. I'm gonna lift my needle and pull. And now I have my circle. So as you can see, I'm starting to cut my little circle. Now, why I think this is a good practice for doing your ruler work, this isn't going to go in the museum. This is just practicing going around a circle. Obviously, if I would have made that little whoop on a circle design on my quilt, I would want to rip and take this out, but we're just using this to make a perfect circle. So I'm going to trim. And then the last thing I want to do is cut into my velvet on the back. And I am just creating a hole to turn my circle. Remember when you used to put this in the powder and powder your face? That's what you've just made. No, joking, it's a pincushion. Let's stuff it. All right, here is my awesome pandemic wadding stuffing that we created. And so I'm going to shove as much of this stuff in to my pincushion as I can. So this is how you make stuffing in a global pandemic. Watch. Ah! 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 Just keep cutting. No worries. You know what? This is going to wreak havoc on your cutting mat, but guess what? We have these in stock. You can buy a new one. Or you can clean it. But I'm just row by row. I'm cutting. I'm making a mess. I'm doing a thing. Then you have your stuffing. God, I feel so confident in myself that I can use all of these batting scraps and then make something super duper cute. All right. I know where you think this is going. You think I'm going to sew this by hand? You are so wrong. Let me show you something. Here's our fusible web. You can see heat and bond light, and it's got a paper side and a gluey side. I would hope by now, if you've watched our videos, you would know that I use a lot of this product. It's easy. You're going to draw on the paper side, iron it down, bada bing, bada boom. So I've got my circle, and now I'm just going to put it on some super duper cute material to cover my hole in the back of my velvet. Here it is, my super duper cute material. So all you want to do is take your sharp scissors now and cut right on the line. And then once you cut on the line, all the way around, I want you to remove the paper. Hey, are you seeing me? Here we go. Okay, so remember we had our little facey thing? Now we have an open hole. Now this isn't so bad. It goes right into the cup, but you know, you never know. You have that nosy friend that comes over to your sewing room and then touches and picks everything up. So we're gonna surprise that person. I would say her, but you know, her, she, them, you know, whatever. So we're going to cover this up with the most super cute fabric I could find in my stash. So we're gonna line that up like so. And I got the old Laura Star cooking right here. Whoa, watch out, camera person. All right, so let's fuse that into place. Ooh. Well, we have a little pincushion, but it needs to be inserted into our Bernina of Naperville mug. So we just put this in very carefully, right into the hole like that, and there you go. Not only is it a very nice mug that's super cute in your sewing room, but if you want to actually put your wine in there, you can take that right out and drink it. I really hope that you enjoyed making this pincushion with us. And don't forget, if you don't have a Q20 lying around the house at home, you can get one from Bernina of Naperville. We're selling our floor models. Oh, I'm just kidding. Not really. Okay, here's the deal. If you have a Bernina, you can use the number 72 adjustable ruler work foot and do the exact same thing that we did here using our friend, the acrylic template. And if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to subscribe to our Bernina of Naperville channel. It's easy. It's youtube.com/Bernina of Naperville. And you can like, comment, and click the little bell. And you know what happens when you do that? You get alerts every time we upload more videos like this. So until next time, keep sewing, stay healthy, and thank you for watching.